Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rabya and welcome to a brand new video from me. In today's video, we're going to be creating this gold and green smoky eye that I think is perfect for the holidays, and I was 100% inspired by the Grinch for this green holiday makeup look, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. I am also just going to be touching on the Kylie Cosmetics palette that she released for the holidays. Teaser it, I don't use that in this video, but I just wanted to talk about what I think about that and some other like makeup products that have been coming out lately. And if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing with a friend, and it would mean the most to me. And with that, you guys, let's just get into the video. So we're going to start off with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I'm just going to prime my eyelids with this. To create the bulk of this look, I'm going to go into this Cutting Edge palette by Dulce of Colors. I feel like the greens in here are like more of the greens that I like. So I am first going to build up my crease. I am going to start off with this brown. I always like to just have some kind of neutral shade in the crease just to give it depth. I'm just going to apply some of that right into the crease. Now I'm going to go into this beautiful Camo Army green, and I'm going to start packing that onto the outer corner and blending it inward. But I want the most like opacity right out here in this outer corner. I did want to just take a quick second to address the Grinch palette from Kylie. Honestly, Grinch is one of my favorite movies, so I wanted to do a Grinch inspired look because of that, but also I felt like I wanted just a video to address like Kylie Cosmetics and her holiday release. Like I'm gonna pop a picture up of it right here. I'm actually really disappointed in the palette because one, none of the colors in the palette actually match like that Grinch green that she did the palette. Like there's not a lot of green hues in it. I feel like she always goes for like neutral bronzy tones, just like wearable, almost safe, and she has a lot of just like bronzy palette. So I wish she kind of went a little bit more festive with it, like some pops, because the Grinch is a very colorful movie. Like whether you base it on the Grinch or Who's, like I feel like their glam is very colorful, very, you know, playful, holiday-esque, and I don't get those vibes from that palette. So I was disappointed in the color scheme. And then also I was watching Makeup by Shayla's recent video, and she actually got the palette. Like I'm talking about this without actually having the actual product, but she was saying how the shades in the palette are not very like dark skin friendly, or even I don't even think brown girl friendly. Like they all look very ashy. I feel like it's only gonna work for a very specific tone of person, and it's not gonna work for everybody, which I just feel like in this day and age is really disappointing, and it honestly turns a lot of people off from a brand. I feel like even if it does work for people, people are turning away from brands that aren't being more inclusive, which I'm really grateful for, because the more people speaking up about it, the more brands might not disclude people anymore. But I just feel like Kylie Cosmetics is like a social media based brand, so it's like crazy to me that she would not do something that would, you know, work at least on like 70% of the population. I feel like it's literally maybe like 10-15% of people can make that work easily. And again, these are all just my opinions based on pictures, based on swatches I've seen of it. But like, see, like this Dulce of Colors palette, even on brown skin tone, this green shows up green. Go into this beautiful shade of green. I think this is like one of those glitter shadows that they do so well. Honestly, the Dulce of Colors shimmers are so pretty. I feel like Anna does a really good job of including like really cool multi-flecks in it. Like, so this is a green base, and then there's light green, yellow, green, I don't know, shimmers going throughout it. It's really pretty. This, because of all the multi-dimensional and different color pigments or glitters she puts into these palettes, like it super catches the light beautifully. Like I have so many of just these single potted ones, so I'm glad that I got this palette. I've been wanting this palette ever since it released, and it was 50% off during Black Friday, so I grabbed it so quickly. So I think that looks really pretty as it is, but I do want a little bit more green, so I'm actually gonna go into the At Forest Sight palette from ColourPop and Raw Beauty Kristi. I'm gonna go into the shade Fiddlehead onto a fluffy brush. I'm just gonna work that on the edges to kind of blend. You see, ugh, so pretty. That's also why I have even less patience for brands that don't make it very inclusive. Like if a brand like ColourPop and a brand like e.l.f. can make green shadows that work on deeper and medium to deeper skin tone, I feel like you selling like $40 palettes should be able to. I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario liner and give myself a quick wing, but I am going to, the reason I want to use this liner is because it's meant to be smudged. So I'm going to create like a really thin wing, and then I'm gonna go in and smudge it out. I always like to just thicken the outer corner of my eyes liner because I personally just prefer it to look a little thick. I'm gonna go in with this Emerald City, mix in some of that black, again from that Raw Beauty Kristi palette. I'm just going to smudge that liquid liner out just so there's like definition there, but it's not like a full-on wing. Oh my god. Layering that green shade on top of this black, it's so pretty. It like really pops out the green in that palette. Again, this palette will be restocking along with the entire Raw Beauty collection on ColourPop Cosmetics on December 11th. I really suggest picking this up. It's so beautiful and it works so well on deeper skin tones. Working on the face, so I'm first starting off with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I don't know why my skin's just been feeling super dry and like cracked. Super dry and cracked. So because I use the Dose of Colors shadow palette, I kind of want to go in with their foundation. I haven't used it in a while. And I also have a brand new beauty blender, so I'm just gonna use that. I had this from their spring collection, but I thought it would be a great sponge to use for a Grinch look. Just gonna apply that all over my face. Okay, so we have a nice even base going. I also do have the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. I have this in the shade 15. This is pretty light on my skin. I'm just gonna go right into this inner tear duct. I always feel like when I do like something a little darker and smoky on my eyes, I like to keep like the skin really bright and highlighted too. If you feel like your smoky eye like is coming down, you can always use your concealer to kind of clean up the side. I do feel like I should say like that this is a very matte foundation. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my favorite under eye powder, which is from the Wet n Wild contour kit in the shade Dulce de Leche, and I'm just going to press that underneath of my eyes first. Then what I also want to do is kind of go in and clean, like sharpen my nose with it a little bit. And then I'm just going to use the bronzer. I'm going to use the same palette's bronzer. Again, the contour shade is in the color, the kit is in the color Dulce de Leche. I'm just going to give myself a nice all over bronze with it. Okay, I do want to further define my face a little bit more, so I am going to go into this Studio Fix Sculpt Powder palette, and I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is Sculpt from MAC. I don't think you need the whole palette for this, but I do think that this is a great like contouring shade. I'm going to go in really lightly with this onto my skin, and because this is their Studio Fix formula, it's like such a nice like finish too. I feel like it leaves you very contoured looking. Like it's not, there's no warmth to it, and it is kind of a little bit more on the neutral side, so it doesn't look too ashy on the skin. I really like that. I am gonna go in with a little bit more of like a fluffier brush because I still don't want it to look like super chiseled. I just wanted a little bit more definition because I just feel like you have a smoky eye, a really nice chiseled face kind of goes with it, you know? Okay, now I'm going to go into this Anastasia x Nicole Guerriero palette. It's their glow kit, and I'm going to mix, I want to mix this Glow Getter and Forever Lit shade together. More so Glow Getter. And these are super pigmented, like, it's so eye-catching. That's why I always go in with these before blush, just so I can use the blush to blend these in. I feel like super highlighted skin is kind of holiday appropriate. And now I'm going to go into another face palette. This is the Sigma blush palette. Oops. I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is called Pinkin. It's a nice, cool pink blush. This palette is super pigmented, and I feel like if you do pick up this palette, it kind of has a little bit of everything, so you won't need any other blushes. It has like a nice cool tone, like an orangey tone, like some mauves, a warm bronzer, blush. It's like the perfect palette for that. To finish out the eyes, I'm going to go in with this LA Girl Glide On pencil in the shade Brown. I'm just going to fill in my waterline, top and bottom. This is a really nice, rich chocolate brown. I just feel like brown isn't as harsh as black is, or as dramatic. So if you're going for more drama in the look, you can always go in with a black, but I just really like how brown kind of keeps the look soft. Okay, now I'm going to go back into that Cutting Edge palette from Dulce of Colors. And I'm just going to go into the deepest, the green shade in the palette with a pencil brush. This is from Sigma Pencil E30. And I'm just going to smoke out my lower lash line. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Morphe M507. I'm going to go into that brown from that same Dulce palette. I'm just going to smoke out that green and bring this brown pretty low. And then what I also like to do is just kind of, I go out with it and then just round it out. I feel like this part kind of really brings cohesion to your upper and lower lash line or eye space. I do want to go in with some lashes, so I'm going to apply some glue to the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. Apply those and we'll be right back. Okay, lashes are on. While the glue is drying, I did just take some of that brown liner and pop it onto like these two really big acne. They're like 3D pimples. And I feel like it just kind of gives them the look of beauty marks, so it doesn't look as bad. What I did want to do is I want to go in with the gold in this palette, the same Dulce of Colors palette, and I'm gonna apply that right. Oh wow, that is like an intense shimmer. I'm gonna apply that into the inner corners of my eyes, and I like doing this, like sweeping it up like along the crease to kind of, I don't know, I just feel like it really wakes up my eyes. Like, I don't know if you can see like just the difference of how big it looks. I really like how the effect it gives my eyes. And this gold is super liquidy. It almost literally looks like liquid gold. Finally, we're at the lips, so now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip liner. This is in the shade Nude 3. I'm just gonna line and fill in my lips with this. So I am gonna go in with a little bit of ColourPop's BFF4 and kind of just deepen up the outer corners of my lips. I just like a lot of definition there. Again, over top those lip liners, I am going to go in with Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade Seriously. Okay guys, and that completes this makeup tutorial. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun creating it, and I honestly feel like green is such a nice color for people with like around my skin tone to play with. I feel like it works really well with our skin tone, and I also feel like it works really nice with brown eyes. Like I really feel like it brings them out. And with that, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I really hope to see you guys tomorrow and that you have a wonderful, beautiful day. Bye!